Exile, public shaming, fines, and stocks. Ancient punishments were embarrassing. Hard labor, community service, and shaving heads were common too. The stocks, pillory, and dunking stool made people laugh at you. Ancient punishments were harsh, but often just public humiliation. You wouldn't survive these punishments because of the embarrassment. Exile meant being banished from your tribe and family forever. Wandering alone in the wilderness was lonely and dangerous. Public shaming meant wearing a sign with your crime on it. Everyone in the village would mock and laugh at you. The stocks locked your head and hands in wooden holes. You sat in the stocks for hours while people mocked you. Fines meant giving your precious possessions to the chief. Losing your valuables could mean starvation for your family. Hard labor meant working in the sun all day. They made you carry heavy stones until your back broke. Community service meant cleaning the village for free. Shaving your head was a punishment for dishonesty. Everyone watched you do the dirty work with amusement. Walking around bald was humiliating for everyone to see. The pillory trapped your head and hands in a wooden frame. You couldn't move or protect yourself from rotten food. The dunking stool dunked you into cold water repeatedly. Being dunked in icy water was freezing and embarrassing. The scold's bridle was used for gossiping women. You couldn't speak or gossip with the bridle on. Tar and feathering covered you in sticky goo and feathers. You would walk around looking like a giant bird. The shame parade made you walk through the village in disgrace. Everyone would line up to see your humiliation. They made you wear a mask with your crime on it. Everyone knew exactly what you did by looking at you. The whipping post was used for minor offenses, like lying. A few lashes on the back taught you a lesson. You had to give your best food to the chief. Your family would go hungry because of your mistake. Shoeing meant wearing wooden shoes for weeks. Walking in wooden shoes was embarrassing and difficult. You had to apologize to everyone in front of the village. Saying sorry to everyone was deeply humiliating. They made you wear horns to look like a fool. Horns marked you as a fool or a liar. The cuck stool was for people who argued too much. Everyone could see your mistake in the village square. You had to wear a bell that rang wherever you went. The bell announced your shame to everyone nearby. Social ostracization meant no one would talk to you. Being ignored by everyone was extremely painful. They made you eat only bread and water for weeks. No meat or tasty food was a terrible punishment. The muzzle prevented you from talking or gossiping. Not being able to talk was incredibly frustrating. The shame cloak made you stand out from everyone. Everyone could see your crime from miles away. Dung shoveling meant cleaning animal waste for days. It was smelly, dirty, and absolutely embarrassing. You had to carry heavy loads through the village. The weight made your back ache terribly. The chain gang forced you to work with others. Being chained to other criminals was humiliating. Shaving eyebrows was a punishment for thieves. Walking around with no eyebrows was embarrassing. Mild whipping gave you a few red marks as a lesson. You would think twice before breaking rules again. You had to give your best animal to the chief. Losing your best animal meant less food for winter. The cuck stool ducked you into water for gossip. Gossiping could get you dunked in freezing water. The fool's cap marked you as a village idiot. Everyone would treat you like a fool. The shame walk made you walk through the village naked. Walking without clothes was the ultimate humiliation. They locked you in the pillory and threw rotten food. Rotten eggs and vegetables stank terribly. Public scolding meant being yelled at by the chief. Being yelled at in front of everyone was embarrassing. They made you build roads for the village. Road building was hard work in the hot sun. Feeding the pigs was a smelly, dirty job. You would smell like pigs for days afterwards. They made you stand outside in the freezing cold. Freezing in the cold was a terrible punishment. You had to wash everyone's dirty laundry. Washing other people's dirty clothes was humiliating. Cleaning the toilets was the worst job ever. The smell was unbearable and made you gag. You had to gather firewood for the whole village. Carrying firewood was heavy and exhausting work. You had to herd the village's animals all day. Chasing runaway animals was extremely frustrating. You had to mend the broken village walls. Mending walls was hot, dusty, and hard work. You had to sharpen tools for the whole village. Sharpening tools was boring and repetitive work. They made you sit in the hot sun all day. The sunburn and thirst were truly unbearable. You had to repeat your crime aloud to everyone. Saying your crime out loud was deeply shaming. The shame chain was worn around your neck. Everyone could read your crime on the chain. Be grateful for modern justice and fair punishments today.